Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy Show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this is Tom Clark's Main Event. Happy Friday, one and all. Hope you folks are doing freaking great out there today in podcast land. How's it going? Do you notice the light? I'm working on the lighting here in the office. I'm trying to make this thing where I'm not fuzzy anymore. No one likes fuzzy guys. I don't know what that means. But anyway, no one likes out of focus guys anyway. No one wants to be out of focus here. So I am working on it. It is a work in progress. I get all of my technical expertise, not only from Google, but also from good friend Nate Dogg in the house. He may be here. He may not. I'm not on the chat or on the comments yet. So yes. Hope everybody out there is doing great. Let's get some brand stuff up here, shall we? Because, you know, man, I'm nothing if not branded. Okay. Where are we? There we are. There he is. Hi, what's up? So, yes. Let's get to the comments. Hope everybody out there is doing great. Thanks for the intro. Yeah, so the intro was there. I thought I'd use it. It's very metal. I don't know about metal, but it works, right? So, yes. So the extra light on yours truly is a stark reminder that, yes, I'm the palest white guy you've ever seen. No danger of sun poisoning in my future, folks, because, yeah, I have never going to be mistaken for Cuban or any other ethnicity. I am as white as they come. In appearance only, not my politics. Get it straight, okay? So there you are. I just thought I'd throw that little tidbit, that little nugget out there. So Dennis in Brunswick, Canada. You guys know I'm suckers. I'm a sucker for anyone watching from other countries. How's it going, Dennis? What's up, Shannon? The regulars are here. Jane, what's up, my friend? William, doing fine, my friend. How are you? Shane in the house. Jamel, what's going on? Dave, doing well, my friend. DeMarco, what's up, bro? Thanks for coming back, man. Christopher always likes to announce he's here. Has anyone ever noticed that? He likes to tell everybody he's here. So what's up, Ray? It's been an interesting week for yours truly. She's not announced it on the social media, but my other half actually has tested positive for COVID. So I don't know that she has wanted that released, but there it is. The good news for me is that she's fine. She's had a few muscle aches and whatnot, some very minor symptoms, but nothing major. So hopefully this thing blows over soon and we won't have to worry about anything after that. My son and I are both negative. So that's good news all the way around. And like I said, she's dealing with it. She seems to be fine. So fingers crossed that everything turns out good in the Clark homestead. Anyway, I feel like you guys are, maybe family is a strong word. I don't want it to be, you guys are my family. I mean, if you guys feel that way, that's awesome. I don't want it to be weird, creepy. But anyway, you're my online family. How about that? So anyway, I like to share stuff with you guys sometimes. I hardly ever get personal here on the show in terms of home life and things like that, but I thought I'd just throw it out there. Again, guys, be safe. In my civilian job, I work with the public, and so does she. I have no doubt that's where this came from because we continue to come into contact with people who refuse to wear masks. God bless America. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate you, brother. Kit says, long time no see. Not your fault, but I've been hooked on some Madden Sims on YouTube. We talk about the Hard Watch or Underground. Oh, God, no, Kit. Don't make me talk about Underground. Don't make me. I refuse to, Kit. Welcome back. But the answer is no. Don't make me. Dave is enjoying the beach in Sea Isle City, Jersey. Dave, what's up, brother? In Sea Isle City, Jersey. Very cool, man. Enjoy the beach. And you can kick back with these sultry tones of one Tom Clark. Nothing I'll enjoy more than the ocean breeze, sand beneath my feet, and the sultry tones my own sultry tones. I don't know where I was going with that. So, yes. Thank you, Jamel. I appreciate you. Thank you. Kelly, same to you, my friend. Thank you very much. Yes. Chris says, is it too soon for WWE to leave the Performance Center for Amway Center with fans for SummerSlam? Interesting. We're going to get into that. Chris is kicking us off. And ready for the banner. 3, 2, 1, bam! There it is, baby. How you like that? According to the Orlando Sentinel, WWE is currently negotiating with the city of Orlando to come to the Amway Center. No fans be allowed inside. We're bringing life to an arena that's been dormant since a concert in March, actually, was the last time they had a crowd in there. The last time they had anything in there. A WWE spokesman has declined to comment on the report. So, yes. You know, here's the thing. I've already been asked how I feel about this several times, not just today, but in the past couple of days. It's too soon for crowds in this country. Japan is doing it. They've been doing it for a couple of weeks. We've not heard anything negative about any of that. That country has been on top of it for a while. Their cases seem to be under control. Don't quote me on that, but I believe so. And so New Japan has had live crowds. They observe social distancing. Not one person in that crowd has a problem with it, and not one person in that crowd is not wearing a mask. So is it too soon for the United States? I believe it is. That's just one guy's opinion, right? That's just sort of where I'm coming down at. So we will wait to see what happens. Hello, Miss Lopez. How are you today? So what do you guys think about the possibility of WWE running the Amway Center? If there's no fans, I think it's fine. And supposedly there would be no fans. WWE will be the first company in this country to run an event with actual living, breathing fans. The rumor, the scuttlebutt online right now is that the reason they want to run Amway Center, they're going to try the virtual crowd. Are any of you guys NBA fans? They're doing it right now. It's kind of weird. Once you get used to it, it's not too awful bad. You can tell something's definitely off. The crowd noise is fantastic in the NBA games. It fits. It's not weird. It's not like the cheers happen at the right time. Do you know what I mean? So it's very well done, in my opinion. If that's what they're going for, that vibe, then I think I'm okay with that. So we'll see. So, yes, what do you guys think? DeMarco says, I like the virtual fans. DeMarco, I'm with you, man. I think it'll be fine. We will wait to see what happens. I don't like to pass judgment on anything until we have something in front of us. Let's see. You guys ever get political messages on your phone? Like, want you to vote for so-and-so? If I knew it wasn't a computer or an automated system sending me the text, I would send back something very, very mean and cruel. Can I get away with that? I'm sure I could. They're harassing me. I should be able to harass them back. So, yes. Christopher says it's called free. You talking about not wearing a mask is called freedom? No, that's called stupidity, Chris. Sorry. That's how I feel. My show. It's called stupidity. Think about other people before you think about yourself for a change. Not you. I'm saying in general. Sorry if you don't like that. That's how I feel. DeMarco says it wouldn't work in the NFL, maybe in WWE. Yeah, I would. Is the NFL going to try it, DeMarco? That's an interesting point. Are they going to try it? We will wait and see. Football stadium versus NBA. That's a lot of screens, I guess, right? I guess they could manipulate the screen without putting up physical anything. They could just CG a crowd, maybe. I don't know, dude. We'll wait to see. Wait to see. Again, I like to take this stuff as it comes, and I don't want to predict it or say yay or nay until I actually see it in front of me. Dennis with something heavy here. On a personal note, wrestling has saved my life, even impact I'm fighting fourth. Ooh, wow. Brother, I feel you. Wrestling, in my opinion, and listen, you guys know my story, right? A lot of you do. Maybe some of you don't. I've been a wrestling fan since before the age of 4. It's something my dad and I bonded over. And I didn't have a lot of years with my dad. I had 4.5 years with him. He was gone, right? So wrestling has always been there for me. Despite whatever else has come and gone in my life, wrestling's always been there. So I'm a lifelong fan. Do I love the current product? No, I can't say I do. But am I always going to be a fan? Yeah, I pretty much always will be. So it's always been there for me. Nothing is as big time as what you're talking about, dude. And I feel for you, man. All the best to you and yours. So, but yeah, I can feel you in terms of wrestling has saved you before. I mean, I feel that way too. You know, so Chris says, in your opinion, who do you think is in retribution? Losers, Chris. Losers. I'm not in it. I'm just saying, terrible. Just absolutely terrible. Just throwing it out there to you. They ain't exactly the Nexus, okay? It's awful. This is the part of the show where everybody looks at me and says, boy, you like to hate on WWE, don't you, pal? Not necessarily. I just call like I see it. I know a lame gimmick when I see one. It's horrible. Sorry, it's how I feel. So, there you go. Timothy says, I miss AWA wrestling. All right, brother. Here's what I'll say to you. Yes, Shan, absolutely. Thank you, everybody. Dennis, everybody's sending you warm wishes, man. So yeah. Timothy, here's what I'll say to that comment. AWA wrestling at its best was good. At its worst was really bad. Okay. A lot of that old AWA stuff from the Showboat in Las Vegas on ESPN, hard to watch. I know because I watched it as it happened. When Wahoo was there and some other cats, Midnight Rockers were there. Buddy Rose, Doug Summers, Bad Company a little bit later on, all the way back to Garvin and Regal and even the Road Warriors. Yeah, some great talents coming through there. But man, a lot of those shows, the Showboat board, were hard to watch. You know what I mean? Yikes. It just, I don't know. There's something about that. And see, but here's the thing, man. I grew up with Jim Crockett as my jam. And I don't know what part of the country you're from. Maybe Minneapolis, maybe, where AWA was king. So maybe you have a different viewpoint. Again, in their heyday, they were top notch. But man, later on, hard to watch. Just my opinion. So yeah, that's a loaded statement. But for me, yeah, I miss the territories. Hey, I'll give you that, bro. I miss the territories. For sure. That's my era of pro wrestling, man. So, Brad Hall, I always got to hit you with, good morning, Brad. Go Vikes. Oh, Jamie. Shut up, Jamie. What if Jordan Miles was the leader of Retribution? Boy, wouldn't that be fun? But I would say that he would have, burned the whole company down by now, knowing that guy. So, Mark says, hey, I'm at the dentist and are still. Mark, dude, that's very metal. You know what would be more metal? If you're listening in the chair, baby. If the dentist is trying to make small talk, he's on, so how you been? Say, shh, I'm listening to the show. You should prop your phone up and I'll just put on a show for the dentist. How about that? Don't do that. They might throw you out. No electronic devices in the room, pal. It's COVID, man. Everything's changed. You know what I mean? Ray, I don't know what to say to that comment. I'll just let everyone read that. Ray, don't hold back, dude. Miss Lopez, hey, I'm sorry to hear that. Be good, and sorry for your loss, obviously. Yikes. Man, we started off on kind of a down note today, didn't we? Cordell says he hears Romans talking AEW. Cordell, my friend, here is my opinion. You can take this or leave it however you want to, my friend, whatever you want to do. The day that Roman Reigns walks out of WWE, I will have to see it to believe it, dude. That's just me talking, man. I got to see it to believe it. He is as much WWE as Shane McMahon is, in my opinion. His whole family's been through there, man. Do you know what I mean? He's got such deep ties to that company, to the McMahon family. Nah, I'm not saying it could never happen, okay? I'd be shocked if it happened. That's just me talking. I've always said that. I don't know that he should leave. Would it be interesting to see him in AEW? Absolutely. Dude, are you kidding? That'd be fun. I like Roman. I've never not liked Roman. I like him in the ring just fine. I hate him on the mic because he's horrible. He's gotten better to some degree, but, he was never a leading man in terms of, I'm going to cut a 10-minute promo and you're going to be happy with it. No, I'm not. But a lot of that was out of his control. They shoved him out there before he was ready. You guys know that, right? Terrible. But no, I like I said, I believe it when I see it. Shane says, go Cowboys. Shane, you and I are friends. Let's don't ruin that. Shane says 108 degrees. Well, guess what, Shane? It's 109 here, okay? I'm kidding. I don't know how hot it is. I'll say this. I will not and shan't not complain about the hot weather here in North Carolina. Why? Because I'm not a fan of winter, baby. Don't give me the winter. I hate it. Snow and I have nothing to say to each other. Ice, get out. I've got nothing for you, baby. Do I want to be sweltering hot where I can't breathe? No, but guess what? Forget the winter. I'm out. I'm out. Okay? So there you go. Alma, I hope you're doing great. Man, again, people are dealing with all kinds of stuff, wouldn't they? Aren't they? What's up, Elvis? Glad you're joining us here today, my friend. Robbie's hitting us with one. I will hit you with this question. Was posed a few days ago. If you had control of WWE booking, which 3 wrestlers, male or female, would you push as ones to boost ratings? Robbie, I'm not going to say that I hate your question, but man, I get asked stuff like that a lot. And every time I choose to answer it, it becomes, look at this guy. Who's he think he is, huh? Oh, you think you know stuff, huh? I don't know. I get asked. It's whatever. Listen, I think it's a tall order right now. Ask me when all this is over. If this is all ever over, ask me then, because I don't know how I feel about it. Nothing's going to be normal for a long time. Now, WWE has gone over the edge in more ways than one. The ratings are terrible in that company. Is it all COVID? No. Some of it is, but not all of it, folks. What 3? Here's what I would tell you, Robbie. Go young or go home. Go young. Okay? But here's the problem if you go young. You got to build those talents, man. You got to build your roster. Putting them out there and saying, here's a new face, pal. Love them. I can't love them. You know why? Because you're going to kill them next week. I can't love them. I can't get attached to anybody the way they book in that company. You kidding me? What's about this here, everybody? Dominik Mysterio gets extreme. In other words, he had the living stuffings beat out of him on Monday by one Seth freaking Rollins. How you guys feel about that? Yikes. Dominik paying some dues, yo. That's what he's doing right now. You've never been hit till you've been hit with a kendo stick. If you got a shirt on, it's not so bad, depending on who's swinging it. I'll tell you that for a fact. I swung a kendo stick in my time. So, yeah. Anyways. Those are the days, baby. I miss those days, to be honest with you. Let's see. Cordell says, I want Roman to leave. He's good. Cordell, I'm not going to put your comment up, brother, because you got a curse word. No offense. I'm just trying to keep it clean here for the sake of the Facebook page. His family's tied to WWE, but I think he can be better. I'm not going to argue with you, brother, at all. I am all about what you just said. I think he can do just fine outside that company. I don't think he needs his hand held at all, like they've done in WWE in the past. I don't think he needs that. He needs to find himself on the stick, is my opinion. He needs to find who he is. I don't know if he knows who he is. At the height of his push, he was saying things like, I emote. He was on Facebook or on social media one time, and he said, I get a reaction. I emote. Are you kidding me? How brainwashed are you by that company as a talent when you feel the need to go on social media to defend your push by saying, I get a reaction. I emote. Brother, they hate you. They hate you. And that's the best you got? Horrible. Horrible. It proved to me when he said it that he didn't know how to handle it. Maybe I should make Roman a topic one of these days on the show. You know what I mean? I've written so much about Roman in the past few years. It is insane. Roman, Cena, Lesnar, Taker, I guess. The guys that I've written about more than Punk, the ones that I've written about more than anybody else in 10 years, probably those 4 guys right there, if I'm being honest with you. But I agree with you, man, totally. People are asking about AEW. We'll get there, my friends. I promise you we'll get there. Shane is asking me about the HVW guys. We were doing the podcast for a long time, but I'm going to be honest with you. The content for HVW is slim pickings right now because we're not running events. So basically, I was recycling content over and over and over and over again. And I could keep doing that till the cows come home, as they say. But in doing so, I feel like I would drive the audience away and make people tired of the page, and the clicks were going down, if I'm being honest. That's one of the issues, one of the reasons why I pulled back as much as I have. Now I just occasionally post in hopes that it actually will spark some interest in the page again. I'm just saying. Ray's already talking about Adam Cole. Ray is a huge Adam Cole guy. Believe that. Elvis says taking out Flair was best for business. Thank you, Ray. It's harsh, baby. It's harsh. Mark says Velveteen Dream is back. Absolutely. I'm a fan of what he could be. Don't know if I'm a fan of how it's been so far. Yeah, Emma, we were just talking about the kendo stick. Dominik's paying his dues, man. As far as the Flair thing, Randy's just trying to heel out. It's hard to be a heel with Ric Flair at your side and endorsing you. I'm just saying. So they feel like they got to heel Orton out to the nth degree for the 1000th time, man. All the time. No info on Kelly there, Chris. Sorry, my friend. I appreciate you asking, brother, but I extended an invitation months ago for an interview. She never responded. I hate that. I'd love to have her on the show. Shannon giving some love to Ray for his love of Adam Cole. That's good. That's good stuff. Yes, Timothy. New Japan is still having fans. They're all observing social distancing, and everyone is wearing masks. Good for them. So let's hit the ratings here, folks, and get your take on it. I thought I would put up this graphic this time so we can compare this week to last week. This week, AEW came in at 792,000 fans. NXT with 619 versus last week, AEW with 901,000, NXT 753K. So NXT is down. AEW is down as well, but I think the bigger news here is that once again, AEW has won in all the demos that count. Now, listen, next Wednesday, I was going to say Thursday, next Wednesday, NXT will run unopposed because AEW is being preempted by the NBA. We knew that was going to happen eventually. It's happening next week. AEW Dynamite will be next Saturday night. Boom, 6 o'clock. Be better if it made it 6:05, but that's just the old school territory guy and me talking. So what do you guys think about the ratings? Again, as I've always said for weeks now, going on months now, the ratings, in my opinion, they're so up and down. I can't really lend credence to anything except for the demo categories, which continue to show that the older audience is watching NXT and they're not attracting younger viewers, which is not good in the long run. You want a young audience. Just like if you're a business, you want young customers, right? Not only older folks with money, but young customers with disposable income. That's important. Young couples with, just good jobs, good paying jobs with disposable income. That's the big deal, right? So that's what you want for your young pro wrestling audience as well. People that you can get on board today in their 20s and hopefully have them on board till they're in their 50s, 60s, 70s. Honestly, that's kind of what you're hoping for. So, yeah. Jamel says AEW is just putting out a better show. I'm sorry, Jamel, but I have to agree with you. Maybe not all the time, but most of the time, in my opinion, they are. I agree with you. David, Down Under. It's Down Under David. Dave, one of my favorite viewers because he's in another country. Because, again, I'm a sucker for that stuff. I can't help it. So, Sal, let's talk about these segments, man. We're going to get to that because I loved it. I love the Rock and Roll Express stuff, man. I loved it. Shannon with a great point. Been interesting to see what numbers NXT gets, not running gets. Shannon, in my opinion, I think NXT will top 900,000 on Wednesday. There's my prediction. Take it or leave it. I think that they will top 900,000 next Wednesday. NXT will, running unopposed. And I think AEW next Saturday night, I don't know if they'll hit 900,000. Just saying. Saturday night, there might be more options for people to do than sit home and watch TV. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe once again, they'll kill it. I don't have any idea, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm with you. It will be interesting. Cordell says AEW's been putting up a good show. I don't care about the ratings. You know what, I can't argue with your point, man. Not everybody cares about ratings. I can't say I do all the time either. Like you, I care about the quality of the show, and that's what matters to me more than anything else. Tina, what's up? Newton Grove, North Carolina. There you go. And I am in Conover, North Carolina. There you are. Tina says, I was in love with the Rock and Roll Express. I had the chance to work with Ricky and Robert in the past in another pro wrestling company, and they're awesome, and they're fun, and they're great. And they're still going. Ricky will take anything. He'll take anything. Whatever. He'll do it. He's diving through the ropes. He's taking the Canadian Destroyer. I mean, He's done the Canadian Destroyer more than one time. He'll take anything. He don't care. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I love the Rock and Rolls, baby. Nothing about that team I've never not loved. They're just one of my favorites of all time. And honestly, I have much, much love in my heart for the Road Warriors, for Hawk and Animal. In my opinion, I've always said they're best tag team of all time because they made the most money. I'm sorry, it's how I look at it. They were the most popular, made the most money. But in 2020, if you ask me again, I'm probably going to have to say the Rock and Roll Express. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. But I would say Rock and Rolls at this point. Let's see. Shane says, I think it's a great move for AW to go to Saturday night. Love the nostalgic feel. I'm with you, my friend. Jamel says, too many people put out spoilers online about AEW next week. Rams be down. Well, they taped AEW Dynamite yesterday, Jamel, to your point. If the and you know what? Spoilers don't help a thing. They don't. Now, listen, sometimes we have seen it have the reverse effect where you think there's so many spoilers no one's going to watch, but people actually watch to see how it all looks. Not that they don't know what's going to happen, but they watch it to see how it's going to look. So maybe we'll be wrong this time and it will make a difference. Or it won't make a difference, I should say. David says most people watch both. Depends on who has the best storylines at the time to which one people watch live. I'll agree with that. Totally. Jamie, I'm with you again. Love seeing Tully and Arn in the ring together. And man, Ricky popped him, didn't he? That was good stuff. Tully's like, don't start something you can't finish. Wow, it's good stuff, man. And what I love more than anything else is that Tully brought that thing down to earth. Arn's like, I love you guys. FTR's like, I love you guys. Everybody's like, I love you guys. Tully's like, cut the crap. It was great. It was awesome. If you need anybody to rain on the parade, it's Tully freaking Blanchard, baby. Are you kidding me? He's like, Tom Brady's the best because he's got all the championships. What have you got? Last time I checked, you don't have the belts, neither do you. You're all out here patting yourselves on the back, patting each other on the back. What have you got to show for it? Shut up is what I say to that. Great stuff. Love it. Absolutely love it. Mark says, I want to see Moxley versus Omega. Well, you've seen it before, my friend. Go back and watch it. I don't know. Everyone's asked me what's going on with Omega. Brother, I mean, it looks like a heel turn. Wouldn't it be surprising if he's the one that turned heel on Heyman Page? That'd be different, wouldn't it? The thing about the whole, and no one's asked me yet. I'm sure they're getting ready to. But the whole idea of a 4 horseman gimmick in AEW, it's just been done to death. It's been done so many times. They did it in TNA, for God's sake. I mean, come on. I don't know if you need to do it. And I say to you, in my opinion, the Inner Circle is the horseman gimmick of AEW. But people have been predicting this, that, and the other thing. Page, FTR, Shawn Spears, I guess. Who would buy Shawn Spears as a top contender for any championship at this point? I'm just asking a question, man. Just asking a question. So, all right. So let's move on from the ratings. Let's get to a little bit of NXT. What did you guys think of the Fireball? I'm trying to spice up the banners here. You like that? Keith Lee Fireball fun, folks. The Fireball angle was bad. I'm sorry. The camera stayed with it way too long. He's obviously not burned. He showed his face the entire time. Go back to YouTube, kids, if you haven't, and check out Ronnie Garvin taking the Fireball from Jim Cornette. They immediately covered his face. Never let you see it again until the next week when he's bandaged up, or 2 weeks after, whatever it was. This was bad. This was beyond bad. This was not good, in my opinion. The rig itself was fine, but the minute he took that Fireball, he should have covered up. The camera was too close on him, in my opinion. It's too much. You could obviously see it didn't burn him. Now, did it singe him? Probably singed him. You can't take fire of any kind to the face without doing some kind of damage to you, right? Of some kind, at least singed your eyebrow or something. But it was obvious that he was okay. I have an issue with that, and I don't think we needed to do it, honestly. So the Fireball is flash paper. All right, we've seen it a bunch of times. They did it so much in Mid-South. I thought they were going to set the whole state of Tennessee on fire. You know what I mean? Wildfires everywhere. So, yeah. Yes, if we, Chris mentioned Kamala. If we've not mentioned it, and I don't think we have, rest in peace, of course, Kamala. Absolutely. So, yeah, I didn't care for it at all. Shane, backing up my point. You want to see great fireballs? Go back and watch Memphis Wrestling. To Shane's point, this is when they're trying to set the whole friggin' place on fire. Robbie pointing out that Jericho paid Kamal's funeral expenses. Yeah, that's a top-notch move, man. He's a class act. I don't care what anybody says about Jericho. Sal says, Vince McMahon booking. I agree with you, my friend. I totally agree with you. I just didn't like it. I like Keith a lot. I really like Keith a lot. He's great. I didn't care for this. I don't think it did anything. I don't think if you are a guy that looks and sounds like Cross and you've got Scarlett Bordeaux at your side, I don't think you need to do something hokey as a fireball. In my opinion, I don't think it's necessary, needed, or required. But, unnecessary WWE booking. As Sal just said, unnecessary, frivolous, silly. Don't need it. Cordell says, don't care what anybody says. That kick from Pat still gets to me. Cordell, are you talking about, I guess, last week? The camera cut, so you couldn't see how hard it was. I'll tell you this. There is no chance. There's no chance they would let an untrained professional wrestler or an untrained anybody flat out kick one of their talents square in the head. It's not going to happen. It looked like it. And from what we understand, from everything I've heard and been told, McAfee's been training like crazy for a few years now and has gotten to be fairly okay in the ring. I don't know. That's the rumor. But there is no chance that he would ever allow it to happen unless it was a controlled environment, unless he could run through the kick many, many times before the cameras ever were turned on. And unless they could verify and guarantee that their talent, this talent in question, Adam Cole, is okay. No chance it would ever be done. So, yeah, it's supposed to look good, though, dude. To your point, it's supposed to look good. You're supposed to be concerned. They did their job, right? I don't like McAfee too much. No disrespect. As a person, he might be a great guy. I don't think he's adding anything to the product. And anytime we've seen anything, whether it's AEW, WWE, New Japan, TNA, whatever, anytime someone's brought in or anytime they do anything, my first question has been today, before, and tomorrow, and will always be, what does it add to the show? If the answer is, I don't know or nothing, it's probably a waste of time. Now, you can take that or leave it. If you don't like that answer, and if you love this, then good on you. That's fine. Everyone's entitled to their view, to their opinion, yes? I'm just telling you from my perspective, if I don't see what it adds or brings to the show, then I don't care for it. Yes, Ray, I like the promo from Adam Cole. God, Ray. Ray went from being, just the big Tom Clark guy, the fan, watched every week, to Adam Cole. He's obsessed with Cole at this point. I think it's funny, man. I'm just messing with you. Tina says, brought up the chair shot on Matten and Guevara last week. Here's the thing, Tina. Everyone gave Sammy some leeway and said that he couldn't find the chair he was supposed to use heat of the moment. There was no hesitation when he grabbed that chair. I didn't see him looking for a chair. He grabbed the chair that was closest to him and he threw it. Careless. Very careless. And AEW put it on TV, and they should. They should put it on TV. Why not? Why hide it? And so now this has become, you could say, essentially a blood feud. I think this thing has to get serious. I think this thing is being a cage. I think Sammy needs to get color, and I think Matt needs to be pulled off of him. It's my opinion. Matt is on social media, by the way, blasting Sammy and cursing at him, saying he should be out of the business. He's careless and he's unsafe. You can just about be guaranteed that is all a work. I can't promise you and swear to that, but I would assume it's all a work. But yeah, the fireball thing, I didn't care for it at all. So yeah, looks a little ridiculous. I just didn't. Jamel was okay. I remember Peyton. Is he the? That's not the kicker. Shut up, Jamel. Is that the kicker for real? That Peyton was talking about that year? Shut up. Is it? Shut up. Really? I remember that interview. It was awesome. It's like he's standing there like, you're going to talk to me about a drunk kicker. Come on. Oh, he's a drunk kicker. Gotcha. Jamel, who was he talking about? Because I don't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. That was good. That was good Peyton Manning right there, man. Mark says, what does Cole versus McAfee actually prove? It seems like a step down. I agree. I'm sorry. I agree totally. Shane points out Jugga Boy was a little sloppy. I agree. Yeah, it was odd. I covered this Wednesday night in the AW review, but the deal where he's feeding to Omega and to Page where he's going back and forth, that's a heel move. Don't feed to these guys like that. And you're bumbling around, stumbling, and you're dazed, but you've got presence of mind to take a punch and then physically turn around to feed for the other guy. It's a heel move. I didn't care for that too much. It didn't ruin my night, but I'm just saying I didn't care for that at all. So Sal says he likes Cameron Grimes. Oh, sorry, Jamel. My bad. I don't like Cameron Grimes, Sal. I freaking love Cameron Grimes. You kidding me? That promo from NXT was so horrible. That laugh, awful. The look, funny. His words, hilarious. The character, as phony as plastic, baby. As synthetic as plastic. Just terrible. Cheap, ridiculous. It's horrible. It's a flea market gimmick. I love every second of it. I love Grimes. You kidding me? I love him. Shut up. He's awesome. He's so good. How I feel. Wanna know why? Because he knows it's over the top. He knows it's dumb. And he knows it's terrible. But that's why it works for him. Only he could do this. Adam Cole couldn't do that. He don't need to, right? But Cameron Grimes could do it because he's great. Because he can get this kind of thing over. And it's perfect. It's just so good. And that's why I love it, because it's phony. It's such good stuff because it's phony. I love it. I love it. Everything about it. I just love everything about it. Mark, you best believe it, brother. I have no shame. I love Cameron Grimes. You kidding? I'll interview the guy one of these days. I'll get my interview. Yeah. Mark says, I like Cross. Why they got to do a fire? They don't need to do a fireball. They don't. They don't need to. Mark, to your point, there's no need for that. They didn't need to do it, but they did it. That'd be booking, baby. What'd you guys think about the I was getting ready to call him Punishment Martinez, Damian Priest match on NXT. Good stuff. Yeah. Can't remember his opponent's name. Don't tell me. I'm blanking on his name. I often blank on his name. Why is that? Somebody give me his name. Who did he work? And again, I want to call him Punishment Martinez. Who did Martinez work on Wednesday night? Can't remember his name. I want to call him Brodus Clay. That's not an insult. I like Brodus. I don't like his politics, but I like Brodus. Bronson Reed? There it is. Thank you, Danny. I beat you. Sal, I'm okay with Dream. I don't know how I feel about him being back. I think he got himself into trouble, but apparently they got him cleared of any wrongdoing. I don't know. Danny says it's horrible, but amazing horrible. Hope he climbs the ladder. Oh, I agree with you totally. Totally. So how about this, kids? Rhea Ripley versus Mercedes Martinez. I got 3 words for you. Take my money. I'm here for this. I'm so here for this. As much as I'm here for Cameron Grimes, Jack, I'm here for Ripley versus Martinez. All day long. I think this will be the best feud in NXT if done correctly. I think it'd be bigger than any women's match in NXT if done correctly. I think you will love it if done correctly. It's a caveat to everything I say about anything related to Vincent Kenny McMahon. Want to know why? Because every time you think you've got it figured out, what did Piper say? Just when you think you've got the answers, I change the questions. Same thing. Same thing. As long as it's done correctly. Boom. Robbie with a big one. My last question. Blah, blah, blah. Here's a different one. If you could enter any room to any wrestler's theme music, living or dead, from any promotion, whose would it be? I do enter Sandman from the Sandman. I'd like to say Austin because he's got the best music, but I'm afraid everybody in the room would go, oh, you know what I mean? I wouldn't want to do anything that would be a letdown, but that'd be the one to do if I had to be honest. Yeah. Christopher, we have covered the segment with the kendo stick, but I'll say to you what I said before. Dominik's paying his dues, man. He took every second of it, and I'm sure he said, bring it on. Got to pay your dues in this business, man. You don't get handed anything. He's handed his debut match against Seth freaking Rollins on a WWE live pay-per-view event. That's a big deal, man. That's a big freaking deal. You know what I mean? He's paying his dues. He'll continue to pay dues like that all the time. So, yeah. James says, what do you think about Stephanie McMahon said to Sasha and Bayless? I don't. Here's what I'll answer as a blanket statement. I don't care for Stephanie McMahon on my TV. I just don't. I don't. That family is obsessed with being characters on their TV show. Guess what? It's their TV show. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. I don't care for it, though. I don't think they need authority figures. If I'm so wrong, why is it? Why? All right, you can't say it's working right now because the ratings suck, but they seem to be getting along on TV without having to be interrupted every 2 seconds by a 10-minute promo from Triple H or Stephanie. So why go back to it? There's really no point in it, is there? People give her all kinds of credit for being she's an amazing heel, Tom. Tom, she's an amazing heel. I disagree. You can't sit there and heel out and make me hate you because you're a heel, because you're vile and evil. And the next time I see you, you're smiling at a ribbon cutting event with your family and your daughters like this, and you're supporting the cancer awareness thing, and I got the wristbands because I hate cancer. I'm not making light of it. I'm just saying you can't do all that stuff and then heel out. I guess you can, but I'm that guy in the audience that says, I don't feel it. It's not working for me. No disrespect. If it works for you, go with God. Totally fine, man. But, Christopher, all good, my friend. Hey, Christopher's watching on his break. Everyone be more like Christopher. Taking time on his break from at work, baby. Christopher, my friend, you're the man, dude. No doubt. Ray says, I think Sasha Banks is awesome work. I'm not going to argue her skills with you, man. She is very good. She's very good. So I've been asked about this, Marcus, a couple of times on this particular show, actually. I just don't care about the retribution thing. They've not shown me anything. I think it's hokey, and I think it's second rate, and I think it's ridiculous. It's my opinion. I don't care for it. I'm just being honest with you. A couple different people have mentioned Colt's personality for Punk as the entrance music for you to go into a room. I can get down with that. No doubt. So yeah, we threw this graphic up, didn't talk about it. Yes, I'm all for Rhea Ripley versus Mercedes Martinez. Martinez now is with the Robert Stone brand. He's so over the top. I like him. I don't love him. I think the desire to make this thing cartoonish. Cameron Grimes, there's a difference. Here's my opinion, folks. The Cameron Grimes gimmick is in his mind, he believes everything he says. Okay? He's a heel. He's a paranoid, schizophrenic, oblivious heel. Nothing in the world affects him because in his mind, he's the best ever. Okay? You can't reach with someone like that. There's no talking any sense to that heel. Okay? He's not here for your entertainment because he believes what he's saying. The Robert Stone brand's here for your entertainment. He's here to make you laugh. Big difference in those two kinds of heels. You can tell every time Stone talks, he doesn't believe a word he says. I know it's splitting hairs. It's just my point of view. Having said that, I like him. I don't love him. Just saying. Danny says better version of Tony Khan is Robbie E. Well, yeah. So let's see. James, back to the fireball. How fireball thing reminded me of back in '98. I think Kane was hit in the face. Yeah. Well, and also, if you remember, they tried to get one on Paul Bearer, and they couldn't get the flash paper to light. Taker couldn't get it to light. And they just kept moving forward with it because this thing called for flash paper, called for the fireball, and they finally got it to work, but it didn't work for the longest time. Felt like an eternity. They're trying to light this thing, and it wouldn't light. I don't know, man. Do I have an opinion of the Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose feud? No. because I like both of them. I like Deville more, I guess, by a hair because she's gotten better. Neither one of these ladies have been used to their full potential, in my estimation. So it's hard for me to get excited about a feud between these two. That's how I feel, man. So, yeah. Danny says, Grimes to me looks like the leader of a carnival. He'd probably go for that. I like that idea. Yeah, it's good. Let's move on to AEW. A little AEW. All right. Mox versus MJF. MJF come out with his political wrangling on Wednesday night, as he's been doing. Had the podium and all that stuff. Nina, you need to smile. You're ruining it. It's good stuff. Push that guy up against the wall and say, get out of my shop. All right. I love MJF. I love this guy. Again, like Grimes to some degree, he believes his own hype. Now, I would also say MJF is more of a Barney Fife type heel in terms of he's neurotic. And he is so self-absorbed, it's all he can see. But he has weaknesses, and he doesn't want them to be found out. So he's paranoid about it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But I love him. And, man, Mox came out, didn't he? And he did what he needed to do. MJF at that moment in time, had to be put in his place. Mox put him in his place. And Mox basically, here's what I think. I think he's going to destroy MJF. I don't know that he'll win the match. MJF could surprisingly win the championship. Who knows? But I would not be surprised if he really took it to MJF because the match calls for it. MJF is kind of in over his head at some point and realizes this is not what I signed up for. I didn't sign up for this. But when you have a guy like Mox who goes all out all the time, pun intended, yes, as a heel, you have to do something to throw him off his game. The only thing that MJF can do is get into his head, right? That's what he can do. He can't match him from a physicality standpoint. He can't match him in terms of mean streak or what he'd be willing to do to win a match or defend a title. He can't do that because he can't match him. No one could really match Mox on that. Very few guys. Minoru Suzuki, I guess. Maybe a couple of others in terms of character here, all right? So MJF can't really do that. But what he can do is get into his head and make him think. And if he can get him off his game, at least just a very little bit, then he has a chance to win the title, which is, I think, is where they're going with this. Shane and Shannon both talking about the paradigm shift. Shannon said, you see, yes, ban the paradigm shift. Boy, I about screwed that up. Yeah, that's it's fun stuff, man. He's very good. He's very good, okay? He always has been, and he's only getting better. I mean, MJF's still a young cat. He's barely just getting started in this thing. And he's so good already, man. Very good stuff, you know? So, yeah, I love this guy. I do. Let's see. MJF looks like the EC3 campaign when he was in Impact, Danny says. Good callback, Dan. Good job, man. Jamel says, I think Wardlow will cost him the title. Could be. Could very well be. I'm okay with that. I think that would make sense, right? Let's talk about this real quick before we open the floor. Orange Cassidy got the win that he needed to get. At some point, we said this before, at some point in this company, the veterans have got to start losing matches to the younger talent. Otherwise, the younger talent isn't worth a dime. Okay? Orange had to win this match. Jericho had to lose this match. The right thing was done for both guys in this bout. Abso-freaking-lutely, man. Absolutely. Had to be done. Whether you like Orange or hate him, or love him, or want some more, or don't want any. Doesn't make a difference. He had to win this match. It was not a great match, in my opinion. I think Orange has a terrible working punch. His wind up where he gets like way down like this, it's hot garbage, in my opinion. No disrespect. He'd probably take disrespect to that, wouldn't he? It's just my take. I don't care for the punch at all. Having said that, he could probably cinch me up, make me tap. It's okay. Sorry. Don't, though. I bruise easily. I'm just saying. But, yeah, I don't care for his punch. You know, I didn't think the match was great at all. Shane said, do you think it's time to split up the Jurassic Express? Maybe. I thought it was funny they never followed up on the thing with Luchasaurus from a couple, 2-3 weeks ago. Remember when I did the AEW review and I said it was obvious that he was having a problem during the match, he was upset or frustrated? They never followed that up, which is really odd. Not like them to not follow up. Chris, have you asked me about this already? Jeffrey the Judge Jones play a role on AEW TV? We'll see. I mean, look, AEW is going for whatever they can go for at the moment. They're still a brand new wrestling company. They're still brand new on TV. They'll be a year in October. You believe it's already been a year almost? So any publicity they can go after that suits them and is good for their brand, they will go after. If it brings eyes to the viewer, to the TV, fine. If not, then I question why you do it. Again, I always ask the same question, man, as I ask of every company I ever watch. Whatever they do, anything. Why did you do it? What does this do for your company? If the answer is, I don't know, or nothing, then you probably wasted your time. Timothy says, what's the next for Orange Cassidy? That's a good question. We'll see. I think I don't know if he gets what title could he get at this point? The TNT Championship? Maybe. I think he beats Cody. If they wanted to go that route. I don't know if they will or not. Christopher says, do you think AEW dropped the ball with Jeff Cobb? I don't know about drop the ball. I don't think he was ever signed to a long-term deal. He wasn't signed to a deal at all, was he? He was on whose podcast was he on the other day? Was it Jericho? It wasn't Jericho. Whose podcast was Jeff Cobb on? I think it was Jericho. Maybe I'm wrong. Can't remember. Maybe Jericho? I can't remember. Oh, I don't remember. So anyway, I heard him on a podcast, and he was asked, are you currently signed to a company? And he said yes. He can't really say right now what company he's signed to. I found that interesting. So why couldn't he just tell you? He's doing work in New Japan again, so we'll see what happens there. Or for New Japan in the States, I should say, as well. So we'll see what goes on. But is he signed to AEW? And maybe it was just for a one-off thing for him. Maybe it was. Ray says Orange is almost as bad as WWE Underground. Nothing as bad as WWE Underground. I'm sorry. I'm not with that. But I see he's got a lot of haters, man. He does. I understand why, too. Christopher says WWE offered him a contract. And if I'm Cobb, I don't take it. You want to be a star in the COVID era in a company that's proven that they don't know how to book their talent? Why? For a payday? If Jeff Cobb goes to WWE, he will not be Jeff Cobb again. And even if he is, they'll do something to change him. They'll give him a stupid nickname. They'll change his gear. They'll do something dumb. And he's a big guy. You think Bronson Reed's going to be a tough guy for long? No. Bronson Reed's going to be dancing around with a funny hat like Bros Clay for too long. Wait and see. All their big guys end up becoming dancers. I'm sorry. It's the truth. You can look at me all day and say, Tom, it's a new time. It's a new era. They treat the indie guys with respect. I say to you, and that's what I say. Spell that. Not sure there's an S and H in it. I know that for sure. So I don't buy that. I just don't buy that, man, at all. I think that that they push the big guy to the moon. When they're done, because they run out of stuff for you to do. That's the problem. You know what I mean? They'll run out of stuff with Bronson. It'll happen. It's coming. It's coming. And remember, you heard it here first. I don't want it to happen. I like the guy. Just saying. So let's wrap this sucker up with bam, open floor, Jack. What you got for me? Brennan says, I'm late to the party, but your thoughts on the David Arquette doc that's coming out. I've not seen it. I've heard stuff about it, and someone else asked me about it earlier, so I apologize I didn't answer your question. Look, to Arquette's credit, he really wanted to do this for real. I don't know why. I would say he's probably done pretty well for himself in Hollywood, I would assume. He's not just been an actor, like he's been a producer. Doesn't he and his wife, Courtney Cox, own a production company, I think? Something like that. Tommy's paying his dues. But why? Do you know what I mean? Why? I don't know. I don't hate the guy for WCW. That wasn't really his call. He didn't want the title. From what DDP has said, he didn't want the title. And when they gave him the WCW title, he looks at Ric Flair and says, what am I supposed to do with this? What do I do now? I didn't even want it. Flair says, here's what you do. You go to the bar tonight with the championship around your waist, and you buy everybody in that bar around and show the boys that you're not trying to be a Hollywood star. So he did, and it worked. And the boys in the locker room didn't hate him for it. That was Flair's story from his book. It's good stuff. So I would guess that if you knew David Arquette on a one-on-one actual personal level, he's probably a pretty humble cat, man. Probably a down-to-earth guy. But all this other stuff, it's very bizarre. Maybe bizarre is the wrong word. Shane with a follow-up asked if he's trying to do what Andy Kaufman did in Memphis. Maybe. Shannon with my only complaint from AW this week was where was Dr. Britt Baker? Yeah, that's a good call. She was off. She was out. Yeah. Ray, have I missed Tess's signing? It's been a busy week in the Clark house, folks. I'm just promising you that right now. Has she officially signed with someone? Has she? Someone tell me. Oh, yep. There we go. I'm looking it up. Nah, there's nothing. Not that I see. We've mentioned it. We've talked about Tessa before. I don't know how I feel about it. I still think that she brings a lot of baggage with her, no matter who she ends up with. So, yeah. Timothy says, I'm not an Orange Cassidy fan, but I feel he should go for a TNT title shot. I'm with you, and I think he wins it. Mark says, I'm surprised they're doing stuff with Imperium and Walter isn't in the States. They got to do something with these guys. These two are willing to, I'm guessing they live in the States, don't they? Is my guess. Walter made it clear way before the pandemic. He had no interest in ever moving to America. He's happy where he's at home. He should be. Why wouldn't he be? Right? I'm happy at home, aren't you? So, yeah. But I miss Walter on TV. I call him Walter. I like it. Makes me feel international. You can tell by looking at me. Nothing international about this guy for sure. Yeah, she's not signed with anywhere. Ray says with WWE, Ray, if she's signed with WWE, boy, they're keeping that on lock and key. I haven't heard a thing about it. What else we got, folks, before we take this thing home? What else you guys got? Man, has this hour gone by fast or what? Claire Brown, if you're listening, good day to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well in jolly old England. I haven't seen you or talked to you in a long time. Hope you're doing okay. Not only that Walter's staying home, he's running his school as well, Danny says. There you go. Chip, we talked about the WWE possibly moving SummerSlam to the Amway Center. It's a bigger building. If they're going to do the virtual crowd, I guess if they can make it work, more power to them. But I don't know what the benefit it gives you besides get out of the Performance Center for a change. I don't know, man. Shannon, ask about the TNT title. I'm totally fine with it. Totally fine with it. If I told you I loved it, I would be lying. But I'm totally fine with it. It's much better than the original, obviously. The bare bones version, yes. I dig it, obviously. I mean, I think it's better, much better. I love they're keeping the red leather. That's because of the NWA World Television Championship. Despite what anyone says, it's a tribute belt. My opinion. It's a tribute belt. It should be. I love that title, dude. Great title. Still, my favorite belt of all time is the classic NWA silver medal, red leather, NWA World Television Championship belt. Love that title. I love it more than the globe belt of the NWA. That's just how I feel. Any thoughts on SummerSlam, Quentin says? We'll wait and see more of the card as it evolves. We'll wait and see. My biggest thing about SummerSlam is it going to be in the Amway Center. Is it going to look different? Is it going to look weird? Is it going to look better? That's what I'm waiting to see. Keith says NXT has been awesome. I want Bronson Reed to win the North American title. He might. I think Cameron might win it. The same. Shane says, what former NWA wrestler would you like to see on AEW? I'm talking about the Jim Crockett NWA. Oh, I see. If you could do a time machine kind of thing. Ooh, an AEW. Good question. Somebody that would be a good fit in that company, right? That's a great question, man. Because I'm actually envisioning in my head right now, as we speak, who in that company in their prime could have went to AEW. Jimmy Valiant in his prime. I think that'd be great. Chris Jericho versus Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man Valiant in his prime. He's He's standing back doing that look and like, get back him up, right? And Jimmy's doing, yeah, baby, come on. He's clapping his hands and dancing with the fans and stuff. Shut up. I'll say Boogie. That's good stuff, man. Do I like Retribution? One word, no. Not a fan. Shane says, telling Arn feud in AEW with special guest referee Madam TA. That's money. Ooh. You talking about in their prime? Yeah, I can go with that. Billy Corgan, Danny, has sworn that the NWA is not closing its doors. There you go. Brian Tape says Nikita. I was thinking about Nikita, but then I was thinking, who does he work? Brian Cage? I mean, Cody. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Nikita in 2020, the throwback Russian gimmick, I might get over. I love Nikita, by the way. I don't care what anybody says. I've always been a Nikita fan. Do they announce the tag teams for AEW tag team titles? I miss it. Ray, I'm not sure, brother. I have to look that up. Christopher says, what do you think about Mickey James coming back to AEW? Or WWE, excuse me. I think it's interesting that she's back on a show produced by Bruce Pritchard when he had things to say about Nick Aldis. I'll say that. I don't know if it's going to lead anywhere, but, Pritchard is as outdated as anybody you've ever seen in this business. I'm sorry. It's how I feel. Shame on him for saying what he said about Aldis. Ridiculous. Sal just won the no prize of the day, folks. What about Dusty in AEW? Larger than life, charismatic. He'd be the top star in that company. Well, any company Dusty was in. Not WWE because they crapped on him. Sorry, it's how I feel. But yeah, I mean, obviously he'd be the top guy, no doubt. Christopher says, do you think she tried to get, meaning Mickey tried to get Nick there? No, why would she? It wouldn't be up to her anyway. Ray says, is Lita come back to WWE? I wouldn't be surprised. Cody versus Nikita, best of 7 series. Brian, you're making me a fan of this idea, dude. Yeah. Good stuff. Brendan says, I want a younger Rock and Roll Express versus the Young Bucks. I don't. And here's why, Brendan. Styles are too close. In my opinion, the best matches, the styles are different, vastly different. That's why the Rock and Rolls versus the Midnights was so good, because it was 2 different styles. You know what I mean? That's why Arn and Tully versus the Road Warriors worked. Plus, Arn and Tully are amazing workers, right? But that's why those matches work. The Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys are 2 different styles. That's why it works. See? So I'll say the Classic Rock and Roll Express versus FTR. The Classic Rock and Roll Express versus the Dark Order. That's a good match. Stu Grayson, Evil Uno versus Ricky and Robert in their heyday. Oh, yeah. Now, if you want to talk to me about classic match, Young Bucks versus Midnight Express in their heyday. Shut up. Okay? Ha! Yes. Stan and Bobby, shut up. Good stuff, man. Digging it all day long. Robbie says Black Bart in his prime. I like Bart. I always have. He was Mid-Atlantic champion for like 9 years or something, it felt like, wasn't he? Yes, Nikita does have a tag team, and one of the guys is one of the wrestlers that we had in HVW at one point. Can't remember his name. Oh, I can't remember his name. I'm drawing a blank on it. I do that a lot, don't I? It's been a long week, All right, give me something good, baby, and we're going to take it home. Somebody hit me with something good. One big last question to impress the masses and earn you a spot in the Main Event Hall of Fame. Maybe I should do that one day. Tom Clark's Main Event Hall of Fame. God, that's a good one. Holy God, that's good, baby. Why not? Bit, I'm going to leave with your question. Because it's horrible. It's not horrible that you asked it. And you're not horrible for asking it. No. Have I heard anything about Triple H leaving WWE? No. No, and no. Will it happen? Never say never. You can never say never. He is married into the McMahon family. This guy has stock options. This guy is loaded. Stinking filthy rich. I'm sorry, but I would assume he's stinking filthy rich. Does money control everything? No. Does it play a part? Yes. Doesn't it for you? I don't work for free, do you? Triple H has no reason to leave that company, barring some wackadoodle thing at the top, and it could happen because it's WWE and weirder things have happened. That's like asking me if Vince McMahon's going to leave and start another wrestling company. Just my opinion. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. So, I'm having fun. I'm going to go a little bit longer. Thomas says, do you think the Briscoe brothers will ever go to AEW from ROH? They just signed a new contract this past year. Early this year, I think. ROH is their home. Could I see them in AEW? Yes. Could I see them in WWE? Yes. I said it. I don't care. I said about Mark and Jay years ago that don't ever tell a pro wrestler that he can't make it in the company because they will prove you wrong. They will step up. They'll take it as a challenge. I think Mark and Jay would take that as a challenge. Oh, the Briscoes can't get over without cursing in their promos. Really? Put them to the test. I got more belief in these two guys than that. I got more respect for them than to say they couldn't make it somewhere else. I don't believe a word of that. I'd love to interview them and tell them that and say, look, anytime anyone's ever asked me this question, you can go look it up. I've always said they would shine anywhere they are. Look into Jay Briscoe's eyes. Any promo you want, find one. And you will see a man who believes everything he says. And he will make you believe it too. That's the mark of a good promo. I take it back. That's the mark of a great freaking promo, baby. He's awesome. He is. That's how I feel. I love those guys. I do love them. Sandy in Germany's back. Sandy, the end of the show's here, dude. Where have you been? You let the whole gang down. Ray says, will Adam Cole ever be WWE champion? I don't think so. Will it happen? I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, guess what, folks? We're over the hour mark. Hope you had fun. I'm going to get out of here. I got another podcast to record this evening. Listen, don't anyone leave. Everybody stop. El Halto. Cease and desist. Ready? Tom Clark's new podcast has a title, baby. Guess what it is? Not telling you today. Keep your eyes open. If you don't follow me on the Facebook, you're doing life wrong. Because I'm awesome. Look at the beard. I don't even know what that means. I had to throw something at you. So yeah, if you don't follow me, man, please send me a friend request. If you can't find me, send a message to Wrestling Rumors Instant Messenger saying, Tom, add me as a friend. I promise you I'll add you. I got a new show happening. Today we recorded episode number 14. 14? Yeah, 14. 15. I can't remember. And we haven't published yet. I got a title. I'm picking the music and I need the artwork and I'll be ready to roll. And it's not just pro wrestling. It's pro wrestling. How about I give you a teaser? It's music, movies, Marvel, magazines, miniseries, and more. See that? Remember that. For those of you listening to the show, Tom just held up 6 fingers. Okay, anyway, that's what I got. Stay tuned, baby. We'll give you more as time goes on. I'm out of here. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Subscribe to the show, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Thank you guys, as always, for being here. Thank you for tuning in each and every week, for showing me the love. It's much appreciated, as always. We're getting out of here, man. Thanks again to everybody. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. Tom Clark's Main Event.